proud.
You're supposed to tell it every 10 minutes.
I do.
As a matter of fact, I think with all this talk about call signs, it'd be a good time. This is W6TNT in Lone Pine.
KFIDBV in Bakersfield.
K6 Bravo Delta Papa in Aptos, California.
That's nice.
You want me to give him yours?
No, Grant, I think I'm leaving. I'm turning the radio off, all right?
Okay, bye. Jeez.
Hey, Roberto, don't forget when you sign out and you're leaving, you got to give your call sign.
That's right. And then say clear.
QRT.
Come on, we're waiting.
I just did it. Don't you listen? I mean, like, turn your hearing aids up.
No, you're too fast. Somebody else was already talking when you did it.
You're going to give me high blood pressure, Grant.
I don't know why. I sure don't intend to give you high blood pressure.
It's been nice and low today. I mean, normal range, right?
Maybe you're not drinking as much.
I don't drink at all.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I haven't had a drop of alcohol. Well, it's been at least 5 years. Probably it's been before COVID. And that's last time I think I had a drop of alcohol. I was with you, and it was at one of those Christmas parties for the San Lorenzo Valley Club at Scapazzi's. That's got to be at least 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, you might have try drinking a glass of red wine once in a while at dinner. It might help too.
How about I don't,
Yeah, Paul says a little wine is good for the stomach.
no stress, none of that.
Well, if you go to bed a little intoxicated every night, it takes the stress away too.
You're killing me. That's what my Ambien's for, Grant.
Hey, well, I was going to leave here until the conversation got so exciting I couldn't. So K6PDP is heading out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. K6PDP clear.
Because I got a food run tomorrow morning.
Have a nice pancake, Grant. Okay. Good night, Weldon. Bruce.
Pancake.
Let's see. I think PKT's gone. Dave. Roberto.
Hey, that's all you're having is sugar for dinner, huh?
That's right. Got to get your sugar sometime.
Why don't you have like a regular meal, like cook yourself up a little steak or, some veggies, salad, instead of having a pancake.
Because I already had my meat for the day and I don't want to get gout.
Gout?
Yeah.
How do you get gout by having meat?
Well, that's how you get it. You eat too much meat, you get gout.
Nitrates.
That's right. You didn't know that, brother?
Then have some chicken. Have some poultry. Have some fish.
Well, I've got a refrigerator full of chicken. Sometimes I like a steak.
You know, it's better than eating a pancake for dinner and then going to bed with your blood sugar high.
Well, I don't get it that high. I don't eat that many pancakes.
Not only that is the pancake's not really got a whole lot of sugar. Maybe some of those mixes. The maple syrup might have some sugar in it though, but it's more natural than man-made sugar.
That's right.
Wait. Pancakes is flour, right?
Yeah, but if you use pancakes made out of whole wheat, that's not just straight calories. It's got some protein in it also. Pancakes have protein in them.
How do you
fiber.
protein? There's no protein. It's all carbohydrates.
No, it's not. If you have, that's not true. If you have buttermilk pancakes, that has protein in it.
I know that.
If you have sourdough pancakes, that has protein in it. In fact, that was one of the main sources of protein for the old gold miners in Alaska. Their pancakes gave them protein. What do you think's making all those little farts in there that create all the bubbles in the pancake? Those are little animals farting in there.
Dang, Grant, now I'm not sure I want a pancake.
I'm sorry, but that's what it is. A little graphic there.
I hope that don't get out. We'll get taxed for it.
Yeah, I know. Oh, AOC will jump up. I'm going to eliminate pancakes.
producing gas.
Grant, you going to fry an egg and put on top of those pancakes?
No. This is straight pancakes. I've had my protein for the day.
Okay.
I usually like to eat an egg when I do my pancakes because you balance out the carbohydrate intake with the propane, and your blood sugar doesn't vary as much. You can kind of keep a constant blood sugar. Better for you. But you can put an egg in your batter.
Hey, that reminds me of a story, a marketing story. I'll take a minute of your time, then you can go make your pancakes. Back in the early days, Betty Crocker, I believe, was the manufacturer. Their sales weren't any better than any other pancake mix sales. They hired a psychology specialist to come in, and he says, all you have to do is put an egg into the ingredients and show a lady making the pancakes herself by putting an egg in. They did that, and the sales took off. And the psychological impact was that the ladies did not have a high self-esteem with ingredients that did not require an egg, so they made it so it required it. So she felt like she was doing something, and that the sales took off, and the rest is history.
Oh yeah, well, an egg is good, and it adds to it holds everything together real well, and it gives you protein.
Well, I didn't put an egg in mine. In fact, the ingredients, the instructions didn't say anything about an egg. But at any rate, my little Krusty's pancakes were delicious last night. I'm going to try it again tonight.
Which Krusty do you get? Do you get the buttermilk or the which kind do you get?
I got the buttermilk.
Okay. Yeah, my son really likes that. We get the sourdough Krusty.
I've got a cornbread mix I'm going to try one of these days, a Krusty's cornbread.
Yeah, that's always good. I've always loved cornbread. Good stuff.
Heck yeah, a bowl of chili with some cornbread. I'm in.
Yeah, you cut it in half, put some butter in the cornbread.
Oh, a little honey. You forgot honey.
Oh, honey's good too. Yep.
Hey, you forgot the chitlins.
The who?
And the black-eyed peas.
Well, that's another dish, yeah.
Collard greens.
Collard greens. Oh, there now you're talking.
I'll tell you, I don't mind that southern food.
Well, those black people down there and the white people down there in the South know how to cook really well. I'll tell you. I had my best breakfast ever at a black restaurant in Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah,
the best breakfast I've ever had in my life.
Had no chitlins.
No, I went there, and I was, I think, the only white person there. Their pilot and I went in there, and everybody was black in there. There was a little black cafe, and I said, I'd like to have a good Southern breakfast. I love vegetables, and I just want a typical Southern breakfast. And she had eggs, peas, some corn on the cob, and what was the one we were just talking about?
Chitlins.
No, not chitlins. It's called something else.
Collard greens.
What? Collard greens. I love collard greens. I can eat collard greens until it comes out my ears. I love collard greens. I can eat that stuff all day long.
Me too, Grant.
You're like me. I can eat sushi for breakfast.
You know,
I spent the better part of a year
it tastes like
down
fish,
in
though.
Biloxi, Mississippi. Had a lot of eating around there. I enjoyed the Southern cooking, but I'll tell you, the best Southern cooking I ever got was one day I took a trip out into the western side of Virginia. In fact, I went all the way to West Virginia, and I stopped in and had a breakfast. Man, I thought I'd died and gone to heaven.
What did they cook there?
Everything was better. All the greens were better. I don't know whether just I was hungry or what, but the grits were fine. The eggs were done like I'd never had them before. I think they used a lot of lard, but at any rate, there was a noticeable difference, and it could not. It might be that it wasn't regional, but it was just simply a good place to eat breakfast.
Yeah.
The best place I ever ate breakfast was in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah?
I mean, they're heavy into beef back in Indiana. So, there was when I was working at Ford Aerospace and Laurel, I can't remember if it was Loral or Ford Aerospace when I went back to Indiana to ITT. Anyways, for a while. Anyways, put me up in corporate housing. There was a restaurant, and they had the best breakfast and the best dinners, right? So they would have eggs, and they would have sausage and bacon, hash browns, cup of coffee, and it was $2.50.
Yeah.
I mean, it was steak and eggs.
And what year was that?
Oh, it was back in the 80s. Because they used to have, also at that restaurant, they would have, where you'd have filet mignon or prime rib, soup and salad, and coffee and dessert, $5.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Man, I had the whole, like I was there for like 3+ months. I'd have filet mignon or prime rib every night.
Oh, you probably got gout.
I don't got no gout.
Well, you're probably well on your way.
What do you mean? I was in my 20s back then.
Well, people get gout when you're 20.
I know, but I was in my 20s. I'm in my mid-60s now, so if I don't have gout now, I'm not going to get gout.
Well, it depends how much meat you're eating.
I'm not eating that much meat.
Okay.
I have meat every day, but it's not like I have red meat every day. I have a little fish. I have a little chicken. I have a little beef. I mix it up, Grant.
Well, that's good.
I have protein in my meals.
Yeah.
I don't say, I'm going to go have pancakes for dinner. I don't do that.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
Well, it's like Bruce said, it's the nitrates, so you stay away from that processed stuff. You're okay.
Hey, Grant.
Nitrates like
in bacon.
How do you get nitrates?
You buy bacon.
Most of your lunch meats.
Oh, now I didn't get it, but there was a low sodium. I don't know how in the hell they do it, but there's a low sodium bacon that you can buy. It's a little bit more pricey, but it's called low sodium bacon, German bacon they called it.
Hey, Grant.
Yeah.
Do you have high blood pressure?
No.
Oh, okay.
Very
So
low
whenever
blood
you're
pressure.
eating pancakes
My
for
blood
dinner, must
pressure.
be okay.
I could take it right now. It'd be about 116, 118 over 60.
That's what mine is. They're not 60?
What?
Over 60?
Yeah.
Oh, I never get that. Mine never gets that low.
You need to calm down a little bit.
Yeah. You need to not let people bother you so much.
Yeah, I know, Grant. You and Jason, you guys work at it pretty hard.
Always got to keep your heart
throw
going.
me in there. I feel left out.
No, you don't bother me, Dave. You never have.
Dave, you're you're a very cordial individual. You're a real gentleman. We can all appreciate that.
Yep.
Holy moly, now you're going to make me, I'm going to have to get mean all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you chip in with Robert and me and criticize Robert a little bit?
Okay, I found a DVB station ID.
Dang, there's old Bruce. W16T. I thought I sent you an email, and I looked in my sent box, and it wasn't there, so I'm sending you another one.
Thank you.
K6 BDP, Aptos, California.
That's nice.
You know my call sign, KJ6IOD, Southwestern Oregon.
Well, that was a real clear ID. That's almost like not ID, and you're violating the law there, Roberto. But we don't. I'll just slip your call letter in there once in a while.
I did ID. I didn't stutter. I just said, give me that truck. That's my ID.
No one can understand you, though. There you go.
Jammer says it right there. Echoes it up. Boom, boom.
You know, I would be, if it were me, I would be offended by some jammer out there that can't use his own call sign, joins in. I would never talk to him for sure, but I would be offended if that was, if I was happy to hear him use my call sign.
Yeah, and I would be very unhappy if I had to depend on the jammer to identify myself on the air. Come on.
See my level of influence there, Grant?
I think it's a matter of pride. You should be proud of it.
W6TNT for ID, seeing as how Bruce threw it out there and I didn't.
The only thing I'm proud about my amateur radio is that I have an advanced class.
We know. Everybody knows you had to learn the Morse code. Come on. We know that.
You know what's funny about that, Robert, is I learned the same Morse code you did to get my general as you did your advanced. But later on, I decided to actually study and get my extra class. But I have the same Morse code back in the day that I had to go down to the FCC office and be able to receive and send Morse code to get my general license.
You know, the advance, the only difference between a general and advance is the other element was at the time was a very large exam for theory exam for the advance. There was no code testing for the advanced license. That's the only difference.
Right, but I got all that theory and all that I had to do when I got my extra license. So I've done everything that you've done, but I have an extra license.
Yeah, if they would have, I wish they wouldn't have taken away the 20 words per minute. Yeah, so I just never got around to testing the 20 words per minute because I had to have a buffer. I was doing over 20 words per minute just to be able to deal with the nerves of passing 13. So just think of how fast I would have had to be able to send and copy to be able to pass 20.
Yeah, so when I got my my novice and technician, I passed 5 words per minute, piece of cake. But when I had to go to 13, the nerves weren't the problem, and I was not that good at copying. I could send 13 no problem, but copying 13 was tough for me. So I actually just learned to copy what I needed to, the important stuff like location, call sign, maybe a rig, things like that, all the important information, and I was able to pass the test, but I was never that good at it.
But you see, when you're at 13, it starts to become words, right? I mean, you start to hear RST, right? You start to hear that, right? So your RST is, QTH is, so you start to hear that because they become rhythms.
You don't even have to put the is in there. Just put QTH and put your location in. Keep it short.
I always used to say QTH is did.
Yeah, but why don't you just say QTH Boulder Creek, California?
Because I chose to say is.
You is in advance, and I is in extra.
Because I wanted to, because I was the one sending it. So you can send the code the way you want to send your code, and I'll send the code the way I want to send the code. I haven't sent code in a while, but that's the way I used to do it. Name is.
Well, when you say QTH, that says my location is, and then you just put the location in. You don't have to put the is in there.
Bob, because it was a lot easier to type out Bob, da-da-da-did, da-da-da-da-da-da-did, a lot easier than, did-da-did, da-da-da-da-did-did, did-da-did, da. That's just too much.
So the deal is, I get what you're saying, Robert. And the nice part about is it's did it, right? So that is a clue. That is the clue that tells you there's something important coming that you have to copy. So when you got that did it, you knew you had to copy right after that.
Exactly.
Well, what if you hear QTH?
Yeah, but it was usually what is your QTH. So when you heard is, you better be ready to copy.
Well, I guess either way is okay.
Hey, those pancakes don't make themselves.
I know.
Those pancakes is good.
I'm going to go down. I got to wash dishes, too, but I don't want to wash dishes until after I cook my pancakes. So I'm going to go down and cook my few little pancakes, sit down and watch the news. Hope nothing really drastic has changed since today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So K6BDP is clearing out. 73, you guys. And this is it. I'm pulling the switch.
All right on you.
Tomorrow.
Hey, don't forget to look outside and see some fireworks, or you'll probably see it on the news.
Bang, bang.
Have a good evening. Enjoy your pancakes, and look forward to talking to you tomorrow on W6GNT.
Good night, Grant. KF5DBB.
73, Grant. KJ6 IOD.
Hey, Grant. Da. Hey, he probably didn't understand what that was, right? Oh, yeah, that's just I received. I get that. I always used to say, I used to always do received like 3 times.
It's usually more like dot, what is it? I'm already messing up. Dotted.
That's CQ. So when after somebody responds to the CQ and your QSO, and when you go like that means receive, right? You're sending 3 R's, so I'm receiving, and then you can then you can say give his call, DE from your call, and then when you get done you hit K, right? You remember that, right?
That was too quick for me. My CW days are done. I barely got to 13 words a minute, and after that I gave up.
Was that you?
Negative.
I'm wondering how fast that was. That seemed about, I don't know, 10 words per minute, probably around there.
No, I think it was faster than that. And I have my neighbor up the street. He's a real good guy. He's another retired airline pilot. He's a CW guy. Does all kinds of contests, and he's on CW all the time. And yeah, he's one of those guys that 30 words a minute is not even a challenge.
I know this guy. Him and his wife, I mean, they're real CW, they're contesters, all that, which I don't get the concept. But anyways, this guy could be sitting here on the air in a QSO. This guy could be slamming, there's some guy who'd be sending him 35, 40 words per minute, and he's carrying on a conversation with you at the same time, and he goes, hold on one second, and then he responds back to the CW, and then just continues on where he was in the conversation. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a second language, that's for sure. And those that can do it that well, those are folks that are pretty important when it comes time that you need that.
Yeah, but he's like I say, copying in his head. Well, in other words, he's got 2 data streams. He's got the data stream on the conversation that you're having face to face, plus he's got the CW slamming into the other data stream, and then he turns around and bangs out the response, right? And doesn't even miss a beat.
Yeah, well, like I said, that's quite the task. I know being able to tune in something that's going on around you with a conversation going on, or being able to tune out noise and stuff while you're trying to keep a conversation is certainly a difficult task. I can't tell you how many times I've had to communicate with the dispatchers, and there's all kinds of stuff going on around you, and you're trying to get important information moved back and forth. It's not an easy task. So good for him. That's awesome that he could do it.
Circus. It's just the three of us, you, me, and Will Dolan.
Can you not hear Bruce?
Oh, and Bruce, yeah. My apologies. I slipped a gear that time.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's left anymore. They may have all checked out. So, good stuff. It's, heck, at 9 o'clock, I could probably go outside and see some fireworks.
Woo-hoo! I haven't left yet, but I'm going to leave. I'm going to go get some pancakes. How about that?
Be careful, Weldon. Your blood sugar is going to go up.
Yeah, either that or my diastolic is going to go through the roof.
Is that the bottom or the top?
Systolic at the top. I think it's diastolic down below.
So, and I never understood what those two numbers was, but I guess the top number is how much pressure when the heart is pumping, and then the bottom number is the at-rest pressure.
Exactly right. And the difference between the two is what the cardiologist looks at.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's interested on how hard that heart has to pump and where it's starting from. I asked my cardiologist, how do you figure that out so fast? He says, man, I've been at this for 30 years. He says, I just look at the two numbers and automatically know whether you're 30 or 35 or 40. He says, I don't really worry about it until you get up around 20, 25.
Wow.
That's interesting. Yeah, I know I did before I lost some weight. I was dealing with, it was creeping up. After going for DMV medicals, and yeah, but it was creeping up to the point where they wanted to, instead of every 2 years, possibly do every year. And I'm like, oh no, I'm going to take care of that.